Right. What the? Fucking pieces. These have been dropped. These have been dropped or something, I can guarantee it. Alright, next job then. This is supposed to be a blue light of death. So it's a PS5 disc edition. And that case was hanging off, so I've got a feeling this might have been dropped. Let's just have a look at what's actually going on. Well, if I turn this on. So, while I'm doing this, I am live streaming this on Twitch, so if you're watching this back as a video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications, that way you don't miss any future videos. And if you want to support me, head over to Twitch. I do stream live on Twitch. That's no power, not blue light. Yeah, I do stream live on Twitch, so yeah, you can head over to Twitch, give me a follow, and subscribe with Amazon Prime if you've got it as well. It really supports me, really helps me out. And Drop will do that. Okay, that's completely no power. It's not a blue light of death. So this is supposed to be a blue light of death. It's been opened as well. So if this has had prior repair attempts, it's subject to a bench fee. But of course I'm not going to know that. But it hasn't been declared. Thank you to PCBWay for sponsoring today's video. As the industry leader in custom PCB manufacturing, PCBWay is the only solution you'll ever need for all your engineering projects. With affordable custom PCBs, flexible PCBs, CNC and 3D printing, you can get your project off the ground today. With the PCBWay store, you can purchase development boards, tools and everything you'll need to get started. Prices are competitive and the possibilities are endless. From multimeters to microchips, PCBWay have it all. And if you're struggling for inspiration, you can find pre-made projects by like-minded engineers. To learn more about the PCBWay store, shared projects or any of PCBWay's services, head to the video description where you'll find links to the great products and services that PCBWay offer. Now let's get back to the repair. Look at that heatsink. Tell me what you see. Don't have high hopes for this PS5. I do, mate. I need to get paid. Oh, look at what someone's done. They've trapped that cable. Hate it when they do that. Let's check 12 volt. Nothing. Nothing. Wait, let me just make 100% sure that my cable's working. Never, ever do this. Yeah, 244 volts. My cable's working. Okay, well, either the power supply is dead in this, or it's going into protection mode. One of the two. Okay, well, I think I've blown a multimeter, yeah, but that's dangerous doing that because my probes are exposed. Right, okay, let's get this board out. I'll just pop it into a new housing, and yeah, we'll have a look. And I do have all of the parts required, or I think I've got all of the parts required to fix a PS5 power supply now. I've got the DAP chips in stock, and I've also got 250 opto couplers in stock as well. Ugh, I hate these ones with this on it. Oh, look where the the liquid metal is again. It's all on the left side. Pass the liquid metal on the left hand side. Pass the liquid metal on the left hand side. Huh. We got the liquid metal, it fell out. We got the liquid metal, it fell out. Yep, power supply's dead. Pass the liquid metal on the left hand side. Yep, power supply is dead. Dead as a dado. I need to go and grab a new one. So let me pop to consolefix.shop and go and grab a new power supply. Or should I try and fix this one? No, let's replace the power supply with a new one for the customer. With a brand spanking new one. And then I'll try and fix this one. So, from ConsoleFix UK, I've got a PS5 donor board. Sorry, PS5 power supply donor board. And from consolefix.shop, I've got, well, I'm quite lucky because I live quite close to consolefix.shop. So the guy there is really, really friendly. www.consolefix.shop, right? I live quite close to that guy and he's quite friendly. So he lets me just walk into his warehouse and take what I want. I've just walked into consolefix.shop's warehouse, picked up a brand spanking new power supply. He said pay me later when your customer pays you. And I also picked up some replacement power management chips and some replacement opto couplers. He gave me 250 opto couplers and he said I can sell them to my own viewers. So, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, on a serious note, I do sell these on the store. And these. Yeah, so these are the replacement power management chips for the PS5. These here. They go there. And this is dead, by the way. It's been unplugged for months. And these here are the replacement opto couplers, which these opto couplers fail at the same time as the DAP chip. So, yeah. Yeah, what a legend. What an absolute legend that guy is for letting me just take stock out his warehouse. Anyway, on a serious note, let's just pop this power supply out. Don't play with the PSU self-apart, but self-parts for the PSU. Yep. Actually, I have started working on power supplies. Now I'm a little bit more confident with them. But no, to be honest, these chips are very hard to get. And I've got over 100 of them in stock. But they are very hard to get hold of. So, yeah, I basically, I was like, yeah, I need to stock them so I can supply them in the UK. Right, put that to one side for a minute. Actually, no, I need the antenna off it. I think I need to reiterate this because I didn't quite get the message across. I got this from consolefix.shop. As you can see, brand spanking new. Yeah. Funnily enough, he's got a coupon code on his website as well. If you spend £50, you can use the coupon code YouTube and get 10% off your order. Funnily enough. Sorry, not 10%, £10. Not 10%. He's a dirty bastard though, he farts all the time. Oh. Much better. Now I can work and focus. He's a bit of a dirty bastard, farting all the while. Can't believe he does that live on streams as well. That's just wrong. In front of 180 viewers? Yeah, that's just wrong. Like, why would you fart in front of 180 people? That's like walking up and holding someone's head under the blanket and farting. It's just wrong on so many levels. You dirty bastard. Well, there's 12 volts for you. The power supplies from consolefix.shop work. Right, let's just test this. Let's make sure it works. You watch it still be a blue light of death.
Soxfricken just resubscribed for 2 months.
Thank you, dude.
Out and back in, and I now had the chance to post this. Smiley face.
Cheers, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it, mate. Well, that's got a beep now, at least. It's not turning on, though. It is a blue light of death, but it's also got a faulty power supply. Right, we've got 12 volts. We've got 5. We've got 3.3. We've got 5. We've got 3.3. We've got 5. We've got 2. We've got 0.8. We've got 2.5. We've got 12 there. We've got 1.3 there. We've got 1.1. 12. Huh? What's just gone on? Have I just shorted something out by accident? That's possible. Okay, we're missing a 5 volt there. This could be a bad cap. We're missing a 5 volt rail just down here when I attempt to turn it on. Okay. Right, let's have a look. If this is just a bad cap, then it could be economically viable to do. If a cap's failed, but you know what? This was reported to me as a blue light of death. I'm wondering if I'm going to need to speak to the customer about this, because I'm going to need to find out whether whether or not the it's been to another shop. Because if it has, then there's a chance that it could have had the power supply swapped out and stolen by the shop. And I've seen it a few times now, because they're expensive, and people are just too tempted to do it. Right, we've got a dead short on this bank of 4 caps here. Alright. Yeah, we've got a dead short on this bank of caps here. I'll show you that under the scope. We've got 3 ohms, 1 ohm. 1 ohm short. Yep, dead short. Okay. So, that dead short. So the reason I went straight to there is because that is connected directly to the 5 volt circuit on the other side. So when we turn it on, we're supposed to get, when you actually power it on, when the blue light comes on, just here in the bottom corner, just next to the power supply connector. So you've got 2 caps there, 2 aluminium caps. You've got the 12 volt coming in there, and you're supposed to get, when you turn it on, 5 volts on this trace here. So I always use this as a test point. But you can use that, you can use that. But this is supposed to be a 5 volt rail. And if you look at where this comes to, so it comes to here, and if you flip the board around, directly under there, on the other side of the board, it comes to here. And then it comes, I believe it comes through here, through these wires here, into this chip, through here, up here, across here, through this MOSFET, through this MOSFET, through this inductor here, and then to this bank of caps here. And this bank of caps, I don't know what it is about this bank of caps, but this bank of caps, for some reason, just there's always a cap that fails on it. Always. Maybe there's just too much load on that particular circuit. Maybe it happens during a power surge. I don't know. But normally one of the caps on that bank fails. It's normally cap number 3. But I have had it be cap number 1 a couple of times as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inject 1 volt into this. And then I'm going to use some isopropyl alcohol. So I'm going to inject 1 volt here at the inductor. And we get a 2.8. We get 2.8 amps of current draw on this. So if I use some isopropyl alcohol, which one are you? Which one of you has failed? Number 4. Number 4, come on down. It looks like number 4 anyway. Yep, number 4 looks like it's failed. It's very, very common. Very common. If you've got no 5 volts on that rail, chances are you've got a blown cap on this side. By the way, I've just ordered 100 pairs of these tweezers, and they are going to be available on the store in a couple of weeks. I hate this because it's awkward to get an angle on this 4th cap. There you go. Need to take a peek at the store. Yeah, we're getting quite a bit of stock on the store now. All of the stuff that I find useful or stuff that I think is good, I'm just investing money into it to bring it all to the UK. Yeah, switch my probe back over to the multimeter before we have an accident like I had the other day when I blew a south bridge up. That wasn't fun. Having to pay for a south bridge and still didn't manage to fix the console anyway. Although it did alter the behaviour. I did get some signs of life afterwards, which was quite funny. And there we go. Okay, so that side's ground. That side's not. And we now no longer have a short. Happy days. So let me just get that cap replaced. It is a big cap, so I don't actually know the value of it. I am going to try and get some values of stuff soon. But I don't know the value of that cap at the minute, so it's going to have to be off a donor board. I know it's going to be a 6.3 volt cap, but I don't know the value of it, unfortunately. So let me grab a donor board. So I'll just test these caps here, make sure that one of these are good. Yep, all 4 of those caps are good. Awesome. Come on. Thank you. Alright. So, there's my replacement capacitor. I'm going to start selling Kingbow Flux as well on the store. But only in packs of 2 or 5. Because I need to make it viable. I need to be able to actually make money on it and be able to post it. I'm using thicker solder because I haven't got any Kester up here. I have got Kester. Well, that is Kester. It's just a thicker. It's just 0.8mm, not 0.4. Yeah, I just think Amtech's overpriced. Beautiful. Sizzle. When the flux gon' give it to you, clean it while it's hot. Clean it while it's hot. Clean it while it's hot. Double check that. Yep, we're good. I am on ground there, and we are good. Okay. Let's just sort out this liquid metal. Oh, look at that dry spot. I wonder why it's got a dry spot, eh? I wonder why it's got a dry spot. Maybe because all of the liquid metal pours down to the left-hand side, but apparently according to Sony fanboys, we're all liars, and that doesn't exist. It's not a problem. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they're all just fanboys and they're all morons. Huh. So what I'll do with this is just... because the liquid metal has got a much longer shelf life than just 2 years. So what I'll do is... I'll put some isopropyl alcohol on a cotton swab. And I'll clean around it, group it all up into a ball. And then... once the APU is clean... we can reapply it. Way too much liquid metal on these. Way too much. And that's one of the reasons it groups up. That'll do it. We'll do it. Right, so with a replacement power supply as well. Get some more IPA on there. Group all of that up. So I'll do the same with this. However, I don't want to leave this liquid metal on here. I want to literally prep the area, tin it, and then just basically clean it all up. Get rid of that liquid metal completely, because there's too much. So what I do is just put a thin layer on the APU itself and take all of the rest off, because in my opinion there's just too much liquid metal. And I have never had one come back yet saying it's overheating. I'll just... Ah, dang it. I used the wrong side. I used the wrong side of the cotton swab. Okay, so this was no power. I've replaced the power supply. And then we found a shorted cap. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? I wonder. They call that a white light. And they call that fixed. That white light is the equivalent of an Apple MacBook fan spin, ladies and gents. Job done. Job done. Right, let's just test the display. Make sure it picks up. And then I'm going to call it good for tonight on this. Right, that shut down unexpectedly. So chances are it died while it was turned on, possibly. Your M.2 SSD wasn't removed properly. To safely remove your M.2 SSD, turn off your PS5. Well, yeah, there we go. That, ladies and gents, is one working console. Let me just connect up the controller, just test all of that good stuff. Don't recommend doing what I just did while it's switched on. I just connected up the USB ports at the front, but I've done it a million times, so it's all good. Right, let me just connect up a controller and rebuilding database. Right, I'm going to connect up the wireless antenna because otherwise it's not going to pick up. Restarting your controller. There we go. Beautiful. How long does it take for the PS5 console to overheat without the fan? About 15 minutes. Roughly. It gives us enough time to test. Right, I can't test the disk drive because it's not plugged in, but I'm assuming that's going to work. I'm just going to make an assumption there. I will test it before it goes out, but yeah, there we go. Job's a good one. 667 gig, yep, that's good. It's only going to be 1080p because I'm on the capture card, that's fine. Yeah, everything seems to be okay there. I'm assuming the disk drive is probably going to be fine. All good. Job's a good one. Yeah, so I've got a feeling that the power supply has possibly been swapped by a shop. I can't say for sure, but this is not the first time I've seen this happen. Where it's been reported to me as one issue and then it's had a dead power supply and a board issue. And that should never happen. You shouldn't get a power supply issue and a board issue unless you've had a massive power surge. But it got sent to me as a blue light of death. Look, the listing, the job description actually said blue light of death. So why isn't that shutting down? Oh, it wants to update. No, I'm not updating it. That, unfortunately, is not my job because the customer might not want it updating. But yeah, I've had it a few times where it's come to me with one fault, reported as one fault. So let's say, for example, a no power issue, well, a blue light of death, and then I've opened it up and I'm like, hang on a minute, the power supply is not working. Something's not right here. It smells fishy. So has the shop, has it been to a shop and have they stolen the customer's power supply? Possibly. I don't know. I'm going to have to phone the customer and say, look, last time you attempted to power it on, was it actually turning on? And has it been to a shop? But I'll obviously speak to the customer when I phone them to let them know the job's done tomorrow. Unfortunately, this is going to cost a little bit more than my usual repair bill. I like to try and keep the repair bill at around about £120 maximum. But I've had to put an £100 power supply in it. So I'll probably charge them my standard £50 labour. Plus £100 for the power supply, so it'll be £150 job. So I'll probably just charge them my standard. Well, it's my minimum PS5 bench supply. Bench fee is £50, just because of the amount of screws and stuff that are involved. My normal bench fee was £30 as a minimum job for doing small easy tasks. I might cut them a break because I am going to be making a bit of profit on the power supply as well. But that's just markup. I've took that out of the stock from my store, so yeah. But yeah, it is what it is. There's nothing I can really do about that. The only way I can get this working is by replacing the power supply. I can attempt to fix the power supply, but yeah, it's going to cost about the same. So yeah. There we go, job done, happy days. Hopefully the customer's going to be happy that they're at least going to save £90 as opposed to Sony. They do get a 3-month warranty with me as well. But yeah, that power supply, I'll sell them on my store, consolefix.shop. So if you're watching this back as a video and you need one of those, I do sell them on my online store. And they are brand new power supplies, straight from the Delta factory. So, happy days. So yeah, if you are watching back at the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think. If you do want to support me, check out my Twitch stream. I'm live streaming over there right now, twitch.tv/thecodat2015, link in the description, as well as some links to some affiliate links and things like that. But yeah, if you are watching back at the video, thanks for watching, see you all later.